Hello and welcome back to the Learning Life Show. My name is Susan and we are back here with Jay Weinert, and we were talking about the connections when he does the chakra clearing in his classes and how important it is to keep grounded. Also, we have an interesting story about Kenya he's going to talk about, but I'm going to continue on asking you a little bit about what you mentioned you noticed more recently too with the students having more clearing with the red root chakra, which is at the base of your spine, right?
Exactly.
Okay. I know you do the work in your class, but what might be some hints for some people as far as to become more grounded?
One excellent technique is in the mornings when you get up, just to sit quietly and visualize in your head with your eyes closed, visualize your energy traveling down your spine, going through the chair that you're sitting on and going down into the earth, and then follow your energy as it travels all the way to the very core of Mother Earth. And then once your energy reaches the core of Mother Earth, visualize your sacred space in any form that takes for you. It's a personal sacred space. And you visualize your sacred space, and then you visualize anchoring your energy within your sacred space in the core of Mother Earth. And then visualize the energy that Mother Earth is sending back toward you. So you follow her energy as it rises up from the core of the earth and enters in through the bottoms of your feet and travels up your legs into the base of your spine at your first chakra, and then up your spine to your heart center.
Okay, that's a large order.
But it doesn't take very long.
I know, I mean, for somebody that's new to this area, they're thinking, what? The core of the earth? How could it take a long time? So in a way you're saying visualize, and I mean, just out of curiosity, when you say that, it is kind of you're just visualizing it from down. Because I mean, and
it's just a mental image of your own energy going into Mother Earth, and then a mental image. This isn't concentration, it's not forcing, it's just a gentle mental image of the energy of Mother Earth as she comes rising up from the core of the earth. Because as we as healers know, but quantum mechanics, which is a field in physics, has confirmed that everything in the universe is really at its most basic essence. It's all energy, and it's all the same energy. What differentiates all the many things in creation is the frequency at which that one energy is vibrating. So our energy, Mother Earth energy, it's all one energy, and science has verified that it is the basis of creation.
And you made a comment that when, you're grounding yourself with the core. As you're bringing Mother Earth's energy back up, you made a comment that what you receive. So when you say that, do you mean like maybe you receive a message or just an energy or healing?
Well, when Mother Earth energy is rising up your spine and into your heart is the axis of your chakras. There are 3 chakras below your heart chakra, and there are 3 chakras above your heart chakra. So this is getting into more detail, but divine energy is entering in through your crown chakra at the top of your head, just as Mother Earth energy is coming in through the bottom of your feet. So where the 2 energies meet is in your heart center. And when those 2 energies come together in your heart center, all of your chakras start flowing beautifully, normally, at the right frequencies. And so that is when once you've activated all your chakras, that's when you start getting your messages.
So it's just kind of a connection. I'm really putting him on the spot here. He knows a lot about chakras, so you definitely want to take his class. So basically, a very important thing is to ground yourself.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we're waiting to hear about your Kenya story. So tell us about that.
In 2008, my healing mentor, his name is Ray Johnston, he organized a very small group of people, energy healers and people who were really delving into spirituality. He organized this trip to Kenya because the most ancient records of human existence existence on Earth come from Kenya. The most ancient footprints, the most ancient skeletons, and many scientists believe that man originated in the Great Rift Valley, which runs up through Kenya.
Okay.
So we went there to initiate a healing for humankind in Kenya. And when we flew into Nairobi, that's the capital city in Kenya. When we flew into Nairobi, we rode from the airport to our hotel, which was in a downtown area of Nairobi, in a nice section of Nairobi. But on the way, we went through an area of poverty that one would never see in the United States. It's extreme poverty. And we were all very tired. We'd been traveling for days, and so we went to our rooms, slept for a while, and then I awoke and went down to walk through the gardens of the hotel. And one of my fellow travelers, her name is Lauren, was in the garden, and she was visibly upset. And I walked up to her and I said, "Lauren, what's going on? What's bothering you?" And she said, "Don't you feel guilty that we as Americans have so much wealth and there's so much desolate poverty here in Kenya?" And my reaction to her was that every soul is on its own journey, and we as Americans are learning the lessons that a soul needs to learn, the lessons of affluence. In Kenya, they are learning different lessons, but those souls that are currently incarnating in Kenya may, in their next lifetime, be incarnating in America or some other affluent country, just as we may, after this incarnation, reincarnate in a very poor environment. We're all just cycling through all these different human experiences. And so I said, I understand your feeling of compassion, and yes, it's important that we do what we can to help other people. But I said guilt was not a feeling that I had, because I know from past life experiences that I have lived a very poor past life in a situation where I died when I was about the age of 14 from disease and malnutrition. And so I know that I've already been through this, and maybe I'll go through it again, but it's just, again, it's part of life's human lessons. And while we were talking, we were in a very secluded part of the garden, and there was this big tree next to us, and out of the corner of my eye, I caught this image of a Kenyan Liban, which is an equivalent to a shaman. And he was wearing bright clothing and bright headdress, and he was blessing us. And I got chills, and I turned to Lauren and I said, "Lauren, do you see what I see?" And she said, "I don't see anything, Jay, but I certainly feel something." She said, "I'm covered with chills." And she said, "I know that there's a presence here listening to us and watching us." And we were in Kenya for a month, and we traveled throughout the country. And this Liban, this spirit Liban, was with us through the entire journey, and I kept having encounters with him. And every single time it was a major growth experience for me. It was a major shift in my energy. It heightened my abilities as a healer, and I know that it helped everyone else in our group. And he followed us all the way through Kenya. At the very end of our journey, we ended up at Lake Victoria at an AIDS orphanage, where we all worked with the residents of this AIDS orphanage, and it was a very emotional experience for all of us. But he was with us, this Liban was with us all throughout the journey. Wow. And both of you felt it? Yes. Felt his energy? Yes, absolutely. That is amazing. Yeah. Wow. Wow, okay, I'm just kind of really got into that story. For more information on Jay, you can visit him at www.jayweinert.com. For more information, the Learning Light Foundation, learninglight.org.
and me, www.kiazi.com. And I do want to ask you real quickly, what is the name of your healing technique that you use?
It's called shamanistic intuitive energy healing.
Okay, and then how, if somebody were to get a healing, what is that experience like?
Well, in the beginning of the session, we sit down together and talk. We share, I ask my clients questions, they share what their hopes and expectations are for the healing, what issues they may be currently dealing with. And after that period of sharing, we go into a private room and they lay down on a massage table. And at that point, I say a prayer and then I start the healing session, which is an experience where I am channeling subtle levels of energy. So I'm not really doing anything, I'm just acting as a conduit. And so during the sessions, I'm channeling the energy into the client at the various places where I am guided to go. And during the session, I very often receive messages for the client, but I don't share those during that healing part. The actual healing part is about an hour. Then we go back to chairs and sit down and we talk, and I share my experiences and they share their experiences and ask more questions if they have any.
All right, that sounds very interesting. And we'll definitely have to have you back. We're going to continue these shows, and so kind of keep looking. Hopefully the next show will be in an ice box though. On here. So thank you for being with us and see you next time. Say hi.